Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another episode of Gaming with Girbeagly, and I'm once again playing the game Katawa Shoujo, and last episode a whole bunch of stuff happened. We finished helping Lily and Hanako with the class project, and Kenji, who obviously went crazy with a weird tangent about the feminist conspiracy once more, and then we started exercising with Emmy, and we decided to try to race her, which almost killed Hisao. He almost died. And so now we're in the nurse's office, and the nurse was scolding us and scolding Emmy, and we're going to continue from there. I close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtains. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it, not even a week and I end up like this again. I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to play the half-baked sports star in front of a real one. And why did I try to act brave, like that heart flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was? It was just a reflex, to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Emmy to see it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I have to be more careful, or I'll end up in the hospital again. Or worse. That's my final thought before I give in to the tiredness. And I'm asleep again. Or I died. I'm dead forever. Oh, nope. I live to see another day. I fell asleep. For how long? What time is it? I'm feeling a little lightheaded and I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtain aside, I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind did before. The nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before. How are you feeling? I can't really tell, so I don't answer anything. I'm feeling kind of groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. What time is it? Me croaking the question to gain some orientation. The nurse looking at his wristwatch before answering. Things seem to happen in slow motion. 10:15. I try to think for a moment what that means, but I'm not really sure. You didn't answer my question, Hisao. Oh, fine. Climb down from that bed then, and let me see how you're doing. Don't... Whoa! I try to do exactly that, only to sway dizzily when I move too fast. The nurse moves to support me by an arm and sighs. Stand up too quickly, is what I was going to say. Just sit there. I'll check your pressure to make sure. My good intentions sure lasted for a long time. I shut up, embarrassed with myself, while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraption in my arm. After a couple of minutes, he puts it away, looking neither pleased nor unhappy. You're all right. Head stopped spinning? Yeah. Good. And how are the contents doing? You didn't show very good judgment out there, Hisao. I swallowed the retort I was going to make. It's what I was thinking myself, but hearing it stated by somebody else makes me want to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant to hear. Doesn't make me any less right. No, sir. He nods, still looking as neutral as he did before. It would be easy to get angry at him if he said, "Told you so," or something, but he doesn't. I can try and help you to keep your health, but ultimately the last call lies with you. Hopefully this little episode will be something that'll remind you of that. Here, a note for your teacher, to avoid an interrogation. I take the slip of paper he's offering and then make my leave as I can't think of anything else to say, nor even really want to. How about thank you, dude? This guy helped you out a lot. Stay out of trouble, you hear me? I don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time could be different. I hear ya. There's some way to get to the school building straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost. So I go out from the exit that I know works. I stop at the stairs of the auxiliary building, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms to get my books and stuff and going straight away to the class. The sun stings my eyes, so I head towards the dorms. Interesting choice. The halls are quiet as the courtyard was, naturally so since everyone is in class. I knock lightly at the door of 3-3 and push open the door when Muto calls from the other side. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me. Good morning, Nakai. Muto seems to be somewhat confounded by my coming in late, as if I interrupted his flow or something. Judging from the rambling lectures his classes tend to be, that might be the case. I pass him the note the nurse gave me. Muto takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrows and gives me a kind of stern look, but doesn't say anything, just nods sullenly again. I shrug and he gestures at me to run along, so I naturally do. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I've even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overtly attentive. The first days, I was pretty high-strung in class. Muto finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues with a pause about the festival. So, as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds.
Games and fried food.
Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I meant was more the remainder of the sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Muto deliberates for a moment, but since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as hallways in the school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Oh yeah, that's right, because we never have left on time before. We're normally the last person there because we're either talking to Shizune and Misha or Lily or anyone, really. We're just not someone who leaves early. Normally I'd join the flow and grab a lunch myself, but today is different. Today I've been invited to lunch on the roof. An odd location, but that's where I was told to go. Fortunately, I managed to find shelter from the storm in the lee of the classroom door. And that painting again. Eventually the torrent subsides, and I step tentatively out into the hallway, only to be met by Emmy, who comes flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball.
Hey, hi Hisao, great timing. I have super extra lunch today, as promised. Let's go upstairs.
The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with missing padlock. Wait, how do you know it's been used recently? Did you, smell it or something? I don't know. I guess if it was, cleaned recently, maybe he could actually smell, the cleaning product. I wonder who the intrepid individual was that removed the lock. Probably Emmy, seeing as how she comes up here all the time. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. Whoa. Suddenly a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. Oh, this is totally Rin. You can tell from the silhouette. Hello.
Eek! Yipes, you scared me, Rin.
Wait, isn't she... Hello. Noticing that Rin is speaking to me, Emmy looks curiously at me.
You two know each other?
I look confusedly at Emmy. She's that friend of yours? Rin has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school.
I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy.
The awkward silence lasts only for a few seconds until Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off.
I haven't invited Hisao for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Oh, does this mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch?
Excuse me, guys, I got the burpees. Ah, God, stop giving me the burpees.
Neither. I have food for 3. Nice thinking.
I like Rin a lot. She's pretty cool. They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. So that's interesting. They're both missing limbs. So, Rin doesn't have arms, Emmy doesn't have legs, and they bonded sort of like a full unit. Like they're Voltron. No, that's terrible to say. There's nobody else but us here. I guess the roof is not as popular as it is in other schools. A few rundown benches and tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. The small pebbles covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. I peek through the chain-link fence to take a look at the school grounds and beyond. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. Somewhere, a watchdog barks at a passerby. Somehow, when I look towards the town center, the small town feels... Somehow, when I look towards the town center, the small town strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. The hectic lifestyle of big metropolises seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like their life depended on it, or get their senses overloaded by the neon lights and traffic jams. Honestly, I love big cities. I have so much fun, like, exploring big, huge, loud, noisy cities that never sleep. Like, New York City is my favorite city in the world, and I've been to, like, a lot of them. So, I don't know, like, and I'm from a city myself, so to say that, like, I guess that's just what I'm used to. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine, looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly, I haven't had time to think about how I feel about it. When I step out of the shadow of the clock tower to the open, I feel warmth touching my back. The sun shines from a perfectly clear cerulean sky. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to just a few weeks ago. Emmy settles on a bench with Rin in tow and produces one big and two small lunch boxes from her bag.
Come on, Hasao. What are you waiting for?
She's beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. Aw, how cute. Whoa! They're very close. I seat myself on the corner of the bench to take as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it. Impressive view. Emmy suppresses a giggle and places a lunchbox in front of Rin, and hands another lunchbox to me.
Here you go. Lunch as promised.
Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks really good.
Thanks. I make 'em myself when I can.
Conversation dies off as I set about the business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a forkful of food into her mouth using only her feet. That's interesting they're using forks, because aren't they in Japan? So, I mean, aren't chopsticks more? I mean, it would be really, really hard and very impressive if Rin could do that with her feet, but aren't chopsticks sort of the norm? I don't know. I wonder if the two of them are using chopsticks and she's the one using the fork because of the convenience of it. Anyway, even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed by her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I am in right now. Jeebus, I can't read still. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? Will I ever be able to read, not like a freaking idiot? I can't decide if I'm getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on being a normal person? Or does it just mean that I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? I think it's being more understanding, dude. It's, you know, what the hell does normal mean? What does that even mean? I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emmy tearing into her lunchbox as if it had insulted her ancestors. You seem pretty hungry. Emmy looks up, mouth half full, and swallows before nodding.
My morning run always works up an appetite. Which is great because then I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure. What would happen if you lose it? Would you become a man?
I very nearly choke on my lunch trying not to laugh.
It's a figure of speech. Does your figure have to run in the mornings too? Do you always talk like this? Talk like what? Like what?
I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggle to think of small talk and settle on the obvious question. How do you two meet? Rin seems content to let Emmy answer the question.
Someone in the housing department thought that we'd complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another.
Complement each other?
Like shoes and a suit. Huh?
Huh? God damn, I keep messing up the voices. Emmy giggles at my confusion.
Putting us together, and we've got all our limbs, get it?
Oh god, so they did, like, they're making the joke now, so I don't feel as bad about the Voltron joke.
So, I started helping Rin get ready in the mornings, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along.
I see. Rin's face right now. I don't know how much of her face my face cam's blocking right now, but it's perfect. Rin chooses this moment to interject. I have trouble with shirts. Right, that seems fairly obvious.
Really?
Kind of? This isn't helping, but at least Emmy seems to find the whole thing funny. That combined with the fact that Rin is genuinely curious makes me feel slightly better, and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms. So, putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that would be difficult. You know what? I'm just going to stop talking now. Yeah, probably a good idea, Hasao. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Rin nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner.
I see.
The conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Emmy finishes her lunch first and makes a contented noise.
That was good.
And she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch. Rin speaks up. I'm thirsty.
Oh, I almost forgot about that, sorry.
With a flourish, she reaches into her bag and removes a trio of juice boxes. Man, I'm getting hungry just reading this right now. I'm starving now. She tosses me one that appears to be cranberry juice, one to Rin that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk, complete with pink color scheme, and keeps an equally pink box of some kind of fruit punch for herself. Rin dexterously stabs her straw through the top of her box and begins to drink. I'm once again impressed by how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow, I don't think either Emmy or Rin are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Rin especially so. Indeed, she gives off the impression of being entirely unaware that she's missing any limbs at all. Whether or not that's our conscious decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure.
So, Hisao, how do you like it up here?
Huh? It's quite nice, actually. I like high places, for the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch, too. Emmy grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose.
No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time, too, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here.
No lunch service? I don't know. Emmy looks mock offended.
Trying to take advantage of my good nature? The nerve.
She giggles.
Well, if that's your answer, I guess Rin and I will just keep eating lunch all alone.
I'm suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rending puppy dog eyes I've ever seen as Emmy pouts. Kidding! I was kidding! I'd love to eat lunch up here again. Good location and the company's okay too. Emmy frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. I guess this makes us friends now, or at least acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs.
Rin, you didn't finish your lunch again.
I wasn't that hungry.
If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away.
Rin shrugs as if this is an acceptable risk. Come on, we better get going. The three of us head down the stairs together. Aw, cute. That was fun. I liked it. The afternoon class passes. Once again, I find myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library to return a couple of the books I finished reading. Walking inside, I see that there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday, all the more evident from the almost total silence enveloping the room. Whoa! As I drop the books I'd borrowed into the returns slot in the counter, Yuko suddenly pops up from behind it, quite startled from the banging they make as they hit the trolley next to her. Oh man, so I totally forgot what voice I gave Yuko. Sorry, Yuko, didn't mean to startle you. Excuse me, guys, I keep getting the burpees, god dang it.
No, it's fine. It happens a lot. I'm used to it by now.
Oh yeah, I think I gave her like a nervous voice because she's like super spastic.
Can I help you?
It's okay, I think I know where everything is. Thanks anyway. I suppose I'll grab another book or two while I'm here. There's not much else to do, and after reading so much during my stay in the hospital, it's become a hard habit to break. Well, that's good. Yuko's gone, so I don't have to do her voice anymore, because, like I said, I don't know if that was the right one. I wander down to the fiction section towards the back of the library, scanning the bookshelves for anything that catches my eye. As I do, I look over to the corner where Hanako had been the last time I was here, not really expecting anything to come of it. Oh, but she's totally there. Surprisingly, though, she's there, absorbed completely in a fairly thick book. I decide against intruding on her like last time and get back to finding reading material, but she's looking at us. Oh, Hanako, bye! After an indiscernible amount of time spent perusing the aisles, I finally decide on a couple of books to get and slide them off the shelf. With a minimum of fuss, I quickly walk over to the counter, check out my books, and pop them into my bag as I walk out. By the time I leave the main building, sunset isn't too far away. A small trickle of students remain, but the majority have left, presumably to their homes and dorms. Feeling utterly drained, I head to my room to read the books I borrowed. There's been enough action and excitement for one day already. The first is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I know the story, of course, but I've never actually read the original book. It's just as trippy as I remember the story to be, with the wacky characters and nonsense plot. I start thinking of myself as some kind of an Alice too, haplessly tumbling down the rabbit hole into this crippled wonderland. Or, okay, that's a rather strong expression. Still, the isolated location and the overt way the school accommodates to absolutely everything is unsettling. It's like another world. I wonder why I can't shake the feeling of being an outsider like Alice, despite most everyone being so hospitable and friendly with me. Turning another page, my mind starts drifting further away from the book. It's quiet. I can hear my heartbeat thumping against the fabric of my shirt. For some reason, it makes me feel really bad, like it has since that time in the forest with Iwanako. Like I was locked in a cage with something nasty and scary. Aw, poor Hisao. I mean, that's a pretty hardcore disability because, you know, that can kill you instantly. I mean, obviously not having arms, not having legs, not having sight or hearing, something along those lines, those are debilitating, but his can absolutely strike him down at any moment, so that's pretty heavy. Alright. I put the book down for a while and stare at the ceiling, taking my time to shake off the feeling. 200 pages later, I fall asleep. Alright, so we're going to sleep, and I think that's going to be it for this episode, guys, as it shows the passage of time. We'll find out what's happening next morning in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed this one, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video, and favorite it. Also, be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing you. Bye-bye! Hyperfang's going to help us out the most here. But I kind of only sent Viney out because I don't think he can get poisoned since he's poison type. So let's swap out, and hopefully Smog isn't used again by coughing. Alright, Shia LaBeouf, do your thing, man. Oh, you son of a fudge-nugging poopy-doop. I hate you!